What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. This video is part of a series for Call of Duty MW3 Zombies where I basically look at weapons that I either really enjoy in the mode or weapons that I think are sort of off meta or not too well known by the community, and I kind of want to highlight them because they absolutely slap. Now today we're looking at a submachine gun, which is my favorite class to run in zombies, and this is the Minibak, which is an old Modern Warfare 2 weapon, and this thing is lethal. Let's go. So the thing with submachine guns in zombies is that generally you sacrifice magazine size for increased fire rate and increased lethality in a close distance, meaning like you have really fast bullets coming out of your gun and they deal a fair amount of damage, and so therefore it kind of like trades off against, you know, having a smaller clip and basically having to reload a lot. Now the funny thing about the Minibak is that ain't no problem. When you pack a punch this weapon, you go from the 64 rounds in the mag all the way up to 200, so it doesn't double it up, it actually triples it up. And that is one of the reasons why I enjoy this weapon so much. If you have something like the speed mod on you, or the speed, you know, tonic or something like that, the reload is so crisp, so fast that basically you are constantly just firing bullets out of this gun. And trust me, the bullets that are coming out of this gun are dealing a shitload of damage. Now, of course, as always, it goes without saying, landing crits is going to make you deal a lot more damage, duh. But one of the reasons why I thoroughly enjoy this is because that this weapon is equally good whether you are firing down the iron sights, whether you're using it in hip fire, or my personal favorite to use this weapon is of course the tac stance. Now looking at the attachments that we have on here, on the muzzle we're using the Bruin pendulum. On the barrel, we're using the Buck 9 279mm barrel. Then on the laser, we're using the F-Tac Grimline laser. We're using the F-Tac Elite stock in the stock slot. And last but not least, we're using the Demo X2 grip in the rear grip. And not only does this thing shoot fast and reload fast, as mentioned, it also has that nice magazine size, but its damage to bullet ratio is also really good. Last but certainly not least, one of the problems that you sometimes have with a submachine gun is that your engagement range is very small. That's because you have a massive damage drop off, let's say from 15 to 20, possibly 25 meters with a submachine gun, which generally is not that much of a problem because if you go to the tier 3 area or if you're playing like Rifts or something like that, the zombies are so fast and there's so many of them that most of the time you are fighting enemies that are standing right in front of you. As a side note, I just want to mention that the range on the Minibak is not bad at all, and you're actually able to deal significant damage in the 15 to 20 meter radius. So that means that you can engage some of the more tougher enemies that you don't necessarily want to stand next to from a little bit further away. But because of this magazine size and the fire rate and everything like that, when stuff does get closer to you, they're really going to be sorry that they did that in the first place. Overall, I think there are really good submachine guns that you can use. Of course, the Swarm is a fan favorite, but once these inevitably get nerfed, we're going to start looking at some other options. And absolutely, the Minibak, I think, is probably not going to get touched by a nerf bat or anything like that. It's probably not going to get adjusted. In fact, it might get adjusted up. And if that happens, this will definitely be something that you need to keep your eye on if you continue to delve into zombies and you continue on trying to do some of the more difficult content. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Until next video, fucking cheers.